Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca,
Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
with thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance,
Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
And welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
Let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
Let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
these are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
these are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
these are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
these are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
these are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
these are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
these are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia,
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
Let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos.
Noah Anderson.
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos.
Noah Anderson.
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos.
Noah Anderson.
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos.
Noah Anderson.
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos.
Noah Anderson.
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos.
Noah Anderson.
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos.
Noah Anderson.
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos.
Noah Anderson.
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
Representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
With thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hired Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Christian Petrarca, Dan Houston,
and Sam Darcy.
These are just some of the names that started where we are.
In the YJFL,
representing the league for the Interleague Carnival.
We thanks to our lead sponsors,
Pivot Sports Performance, Hair House,
Hire Depot,
Sports Safe Australia.
Swinburne University of Technology.
Join us on our journey.
and welcome to the 2025 Interleague Carnival.
Let's go the YJFL.
Nick Dacos,
Noah Anderson,
Toby Green,
Good morning. Welcome to Ford Park, number 2. Lovely to be here. My name's Dan Lonigan. Late call up for Darren Parkin. It's great to be here and looking forward to the final round of fixtures in the annual Interleague Carnival and the Juniors. And we're at the home of the Yarra Junior Football Club at headquarters. Their main oval is Ford Park South in Belfield or Ivanhoe West, just behind us, and this is Ford Park North where we're broadcasting from today, which has been done up over the years as well. And it is the Frankston Junior Football League, of which Travis Johnston, former AFL number 1 draft pick back in 1997, is part of the coaching staff. Just had a chat to him today, and he played with Melbourne and also Brisbane. Great mate of our colleague Brad Canavan, who's part of the MPFNL football show during the week, and just had a chat to him. Their team has struggled a bit in this competition so far. It's the under-14 Division 1 that the Frankston Junior Football League are involved in this competition, playing against Yarra Juniors undefeated. They've won their 2 games on Wednesday night and Saturday respectively against the Eastern Juniors and also against South Metro. And they're big boys. We know the Yarra Junior Football League, of which Gameface has had a good arrangement, a good relationship with over the years, has some outstanding footballers that have come from it, and we'll get to that as the day goes on. It's tapped down in the middle of the ground. Some big boys in this team. Stanley Moore, what a great name. And they get it towards half forward already, the Yarra Junior Football League, or they're at half back, and a pass goes out wide. And the mark is completed by one of the good young players in Patel. Patel kicks to the wing and he picks out a target. And the target is Walter taking the mark. He'll look to kick towards half forward. And on this occasion, it's picked up and kicked inside 50 by King. And King's kick doesn't really find the target. A lot of players around the footy working hard, and it'll be thrown up. At left half forward, no scores yet in the opening minute. Lights are on. Plenty of people here today. It has been a bitterly cold King's birthday weekend. Winter is here. There is absolutely no doubt about that. It's taken a long time to get here, but it's finally arrived. And there will be a ball up at half forward. Swinburne University of Technology is our main sponsor as the kick comes out of the pack towards half forward. Patel's there again. He's unable to get a decent crack at the footy. Frankston Juniors working hard. Eventually a kick comes inside 50. No one can get there. Both teams working hard close to the boundary, out of bounds in the left forward pocket. And at the Yarra River end of the ground. Here at Belfield we are now. Growing part of Ivanhoe and Eaglemont and Heidelberg, where 1D Lonigan had his childhood many, many moons ago. Yarra Junior go forward again. Kicks are smothered. Cleared at the back by Frankston towards the wing on the outer side. No one can get there. It comes back the other way and a kick towards half forward. Under pressure both teams. And there's going to be a free kick to go the way of Frankston Juniors. Scoreboard sponsor today for the first quarter is Mastercraft Construction. So no scores yet on the Mastercraft Construction scoreboard, but there will be now as they finish off with a lovely goal. It's 1 straight 6 Yarra Juniors. Their opponents are yet to score. And they monopolised inside 50 for a couple of minutes there, and they were able to score. So they'd be happy with that to get on the board. They found it hard, the Frankston Junior team, Travis Johnson said, but it's been a great competition. Good opportunity for these young boys, normally playing against each other, to play together, create some spirit, create some camaraderie, which they've done, and it's 1 straight 6-0. Tap down again. Chance for Yarra Juniors, kick partially smothered. Trying to get the ball clear, not able to. Both teams work hard, attacking side of the centre square. And it'll be thrown up. We've got Division 2 coming up after this. Loose ball. Kasavi under pressure, can't get the footy. Inside 50, Clancy. Both teams at ground level, and it's held up at half forward because there's going to be a free kick to go the way of the Frankston Junior team. Kick wide into the back pocket. Nearly a good mark completed. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Goes to ground, and it's out of bounds. Chance now for a shot at goal as they take it out of the ruck contest. And I think they've scored again. They have, Yarra Junior. And they put it through for 2 straight 12-0. Now, we'll say this, that the team sheets we've got on Sports HQ, the numbers are completely different to the numbers out there. But anyway, we'll just mosey on along and do our best. Mashadi's here with us today along with Aranda, as they always are, looking after me, babysitting me. So we'll get them to try and see if they can get a team sheet for me and get these correct players. Handball out of the middle now, long hand pass. Trying to get their way forward. Frankston Juniors, they're in the yellow. Both teams working hard. And they try and get the ball inside 50, and it's out of bounds. I love the young man there in the yellow and blue jumper for Frankston Juniors, wearing the pink helmet. He'll certainly stand out, that young man. And they're deep into attack. They're at the Ivanhoe end of the ground, or eastern end of the ground. Cleared out of defence now towards the half-back line. Free kick off the play will go the way of Yarra Juniors. And they'll take it at half-back, and it'll be Marcus Scanlon with the footy. Scanlon will go in short. Can't take it low. The big fellow, Samuel Church, he's a big boy for a 14-year-old. Sure, his parents have taken out 2 mortgages to fill the fridge, and it goes close to the boundary on the outer side. It's 2 straight 12-0 in the opening quarter. So it'll be thrown back into play. As number 18 makes his way out on the ground for Yarra Juniors, and that is Mac Barker. Tap down. Both teams working hard. Can't get hold of the footy. It's tossed around, hoping to win it. Trevor Nasada's had a bit of the footy so far. Under pressure. High ball towards half forward. No mark taken. Swinburne is our major sponsor today. Trying to get the hands free. That was good effort, good pressure by Frankston at the drop. They'll get the kick inside 50, scrubby ball. Now here's a chance for them. They've got numbers out the back. Looking to try and control it. They're unable to. But then there's a nice little kick. They worked really hard then to just keep control of the footy, not lose their head, and get it inside 50, which they were able to. And shot at goal, though, misses. McDougall not able to score. But again, the pressure's very good as there's a turnover from the kick out from Yarra Juniors, and they worked pretty hard then. So they're inside 50 pressure. Needs to be admired so far. They're down 2 straight 12-0. Got the footy on the outer side. And using it nicely is Eli Pearson, looking to pick out a target. They're going short down the line again on that outer side of the ground. The Heidelberg West side, giving you a geographical lesson today as Edward Monkhouse makes his way out on the ground. Very famous funeral company name back in the 70s and 80s when my father worked. Alison Monkhouse. Kick makes its way deep into the forward pocket for Yarra Juniors at the Yarra River end of the ground, and it hits the behind post. It'll be thrown back into play. 2 straight 12-0, or to 1 behind, I should say, in this first quarter. Both teams working hard, trying to whack it away from defence. The endeavour is certainly there from the Frankston Juniors, but they're unable to keep it alive. Could have nearly been a push in the back going against Trevor Nasada. And it'll be thrown back into play once more. Knocked down. And again run out of bounds. Got Ashadi on the case for me, trying to find an updated team sheet for Frankston Juniors. Boundary thrown again, tap to the back. Both teams trying hard to get hold of the footy. There might be a free kick for holding the ball here. I really like the tackling pressure of Frankston Juniors so far as they look to switch to the outer back pocket. No one can find it. Ball comes down the line again. And they're moving the ball nicely. Wobbly ball towards half forward. They've got a chance now as they switch again. Players running into space. Kick over the top. This is wonderful footy. The big fellow elects to play on there, gets taken down in a tackle, and it's holding the ball. He should have gone back and had his shot. That's just the adrenaline pumping for a magnificent piece of play by the Frankston Junior Football League Division 1 under-14s as they crisscross their way across Ford Park, number 2, and there's another turnover again, which will be disappointing for Yarra Juniors. This is a shot at goal, which misses to the left-hand side. I love their pressure inside 50 so far for the Frankston Juniors, and they really should have finished it off with a goal then. Just the adrenaline pumping late, and they weren't able to finish it off. Max McDougall. Ray Loney playing today, a very famous name in the Frankston region. Nathan and Ryan are both very good footballers. Ryan with Collingwood and Nathan with Port Adelaide and Hawthorn respectively, involved with the Frankston Bombers Football Club and also the Frankston Rovers Junior Football Club. They have a good relationship with Frankston Bombers, have for many, many years. Goes back now. Shardy's trying to find me that team list, and she's going from one side of the ground to the other and doing an outstanding job. And they've got it now at half-back, Yarra Juniors. Kicking down the line, Marcus Scanlon, who's had a bit of it so far, and it'll be a boundary throw-in. So at the moment, it's 2 straight 12 to 1 behind. And that's the score on the Mastercraft Construction scoreboard. Thanks to our major sponsor, Swinburne University of Technology. Thrown up again. Tap down, half forward. Again, the use of the footy by hands inside and outside the contest by Frankston Juniors has been good. They just should have finished it off with a goal before. They get it inside 50 again. The ball's living inside. They're attacking 50 at the playground end or the Ivanhoe end of the ground or eastern end, whichever way you like. It's thrown up 35 from goal. Still an 11-point lead for the undefeated Yarra Junior Football Club. Taken out of the ruck. High ball came from the boot of Benjamin Weikart. Kicks towards the wing. Now they try and get the hands moving. They've probably not been as good with the use of the hands and the movement of the footy, Yarra Juniors. They've got an open forward line though, and there's a mark at half forward. And they'll run into an open goal and miss as they got going. Thank you, Rashadi, doing a brilliant job. And on the Mastercraft Construction scoreboard, an open goal opportunity missed. 2-1, 13 to 1 behind. So back into play. The turnover, though, occurs. And chipping in for the mark is Ethan Bogdanos. Kicks long and deep to the goal line. Plenty of carry on the kick from right half forward and through for a behind. 2-1, or 2-2, 14 to 1 behind. That's 6 minutes left in the opening quarter. And then, of course, Div 2 coming up after this. Also undefeated for the Yarra Junior Football League as well. Good tackling laid as some nice ball handling from Frankston Juniors. But they're unable to get away. Making an effort to get away there was Blacks Muston. Now he must be related to Bo Muston, who played at Hawthorn and was a long-time coach of the Frankston Bombers. Both teams working hard, close to the boundary on the outer side. And it'll be out of bounds. Thank you, Ashadi, for all your hard work. I think we're there now. Thanks, everyone, for putting up with this old dinosaur. Not knowing what he was doing in the first few minutes, but getting the hang of it now. And thanks to both leagues for their support in providing information for us. Swinburne University of Technology, our major sponsor, is a good kick out of the pack, which is what you have to do. Boys at this age and girls at this age are starting to learn about structure in footy. It's not just about chasing the pill around. It's about getting your defensive structures up. It's about where you stand at a stoppage. It's where you stand at a clearance. And whether you're zoning or whether you're man on man, as a shot at goal misses again by Yarra Juniors. 2-2, 14 to 1 behind on the Mastercraft Construction scoreboard. Great to be here. Back into play. Good use of the footy again. I really like their skill level of the Frankston Juniors. Some talented young players. His fathers have played some good footy over the years. Kick towards the wing on the outer side. Trying to get hold of it, both teams, but it runs out of bounds and it'll be a boundary throw-in. So back into play. On the outer side. On the Heidelberg west side of the ground. Hurried kick inside 50. Doesn't quite find the target. Now working hard. Yarra Juniors in defence because the kick came in from Frankston. They have a chance now to pick the footy up. Try and get a hand pass out to the young man who wasn't able to kick the goal before. He stretches down to pick it up, and that, of course, is Jordan Fountain. And he couldn't get it. It's cleared out of defence. Good, robust work there to get the hand pass out. Came from Kyron Brophy, and then the turnover occurs. Good work at the back. And the mark completed by Caden D'Angelo for the Frankston team. But once more, he didn't hit his target. Breaking a couple of tackles. Good kick down the middle by Yarra Juniors. And the mark completed by Tom Walsh. Good old-fashioned footy name. And they kick into the pocket, and that's magnificent work. And getting out the back, the mark is completed by Trevor Nasato, who's had a bit of the footy so far. Just their ability to crisscross and get out in space. And then the use of the footy by these young men, under 14s, remember, is a delight to watch. But again, they're not finishing off their work on an angle about 35 metres out, yet another behind. 2-4-16 to 1 behind. The major sponsor, of course, is Swinburne University of Technology. And our first quarter scoreboard sponsor is Mastercraft Construction. Travis Johnson said they're big boys, the Yarra Junior boys. They are a bit bigger than their team. Got the young man in the pink helmet, who's a tall young man in Ben Howden. Kick out to the outer side of the ground. And a good mark completed at half-back on the outer side for Frankston. Inboard kick. It's intercepted by McGregor. And he does well to get his team back inside 50 for Yarra Juniors. The defenders, though, do well to defuse it. Knock it to the back of the pack. Both teams working hard. 1 on 2, though, against Yarra Juniors. They have to step over the boundary. 1 on 2, I should say, against Frankston. They have to step over the boundary and ensure that they can get a neutral contest for a boundary throw-in 30 metres around from Yarra Juniors' goal. 2-4-16 to 1 behind. Boundary throw-in again. They clear once more. Trying to go after it on this occasion is young Oliver Headley. They're all young, little Oliver Headley maybe. He wasn't able to get it, but he soccers it along the ground. Goes towards the boundary. Yarra Juniors again with those bigger bodies, working hard to get the hand pass out. They go inside and outside by hand. Kick down the line towards half forward. Again, good defensive work, getting a nice spoil in from behind is Caden D'Angelo, who's been pretty solid. It's quarter time. And the Yarra Junior Football League undefeated in the competition so far at 2-4-16. And they lead the Frankston Juniors looking for their first win in under 14 Division 1. They are 1 behind. Great to be here for the Swinburne University of Technology. And our major sponsor in the first quarter, Mastercraft Construction. We'll be back with the second quarter very shortly. And our major sponsor on the scoreboard, Sports Safe Australia. Thank you, Ashadi, for all your hard work. Thank you, Aranda. Back with the second quarter shortly.
I've been in the dental industry for 27 years. I've had my own business for around 20 years. Sponsoring and supporting over 60 sporting clubs, from footy to rugby to gyms to schools, all types of contact sports. When an athlete comes up to me like a boxer and wants their logo or a special design, I love making it. Their smile on their face when they're wearing the mouthguard in the ring. If it's not a Sportsaver Australia mouthguard, it's not a mouthguard. These are custom made, professionally fitted. You'll get the best comfort, best design, and most importantly, you'll protect your teeth.
This piece of paper fights against hackers, protects our planet, builds new worlds, solves cold cases, turns data into decisions. Get more than a piece of paper. Get a next-gen degree only at Swinburne University of Technology. Swinburne, next gen now.
Good to have a chat to Nathan Loney and his lovely wife, former Hawthorn and Port Adelaide player. Their son, what a great name that is, Ray. Old-fashioned name, Ray. I love it. 2-4, 16 to 1 behind as we start the second quarter. And it'll be thrown up, knocked down again. Both teams work hard. They can't quite get hold of a footy. Comes out of the middle. Good play to get it forward from the boot of Chase Bell for Frankston Juniors. Yarra Juniors trying to clear it with a 15-point lead thanks to the Swinburne University of Technology. But I do like the way they're using the footy, as I mentioned a couple of times, Frankston Juniors. High ball, inside 50. No one can take the mark. Off hands and through for a behind. For Sports Safe Australia, our scoreboard in the second quarter. Kick back into play to the outer side of the ground. No one can take the mark. Off hands and out of bounds. The tall ruckman in the pink helmet, Ben Howden, does the ruck work for Frankston Juniors, who are 14 points in arrears early in this second quarter. Tide being stymied by the work of the Yarra juniors. And thrown up once more. Knocked down again by Ben Howden. Howden kicks though into bodies. Good work, the ball attacking side of the centre square. Thrown up at half forward. Loose ball again. And a free kick to go the way of the Frankston juniors. Right half forward, going to put it deep into the teeth of goal. Not deep into the teeth of goal. It actually goes through for a behind. That was a magnificent kick from right half forward. Haven't got a goal though, but I tell you what, they've been more than competitive. 2-4-16 to 3 behinds. Back into play. The kick, though, they're missing their targets a bit, Yarra Junior, which I'm sure is something they need to work on. Player mown down on the tackle was Bo Henry Williams. Gets his boot to ball in the end for Yarra Juniors. The problem is at the moment they've been certainly outnumbered in contest, but a great kick out of the pack. Finds a teammate there in Damaro. He got the kick from his teammate who spun in and out of tackles in El Sharik. And then there's a shot at goal, and it's finished magnificently. Getting out the back, that was great work. El Sharik was at ground level and he beat a couple of would-be tackles. He spun in and out, he showed some candy, and they bought him. And then it's finished off with, another famous name in footy, a very famous name in footy, number 6. His father played like this at the Western Bulldogs in over 250 games. Otis Gian Siracusa, whose father Daniel, of course, was the staff of the Western Bulldogs, and is now an assistant coach at Essendon, who, got going late last night, gave Carlton a big start and nearly ran them down with a very young team. Well done, young Otis, playing like the old man. 3-4-22 to 3 behinds. Margin 19 points. Handball comes out. It's run down. Good play, though, by the Frankston team to get the kick inside 50 from Finn Gross, the captain. And then the defence is able to hold it up, coming the other way and putting a lot of defensive pressure on. That was good work to ensure it went nowhere from Kyron Brophy. And they get the ball inside 50. Good running play. Great use of the hands. Kick inside 50. The mark was nearly taken, not quite hung on to. For the Yarra Juniors, it comes down towards the broadcast side of the ground, and then a great tackle laid. You can hear the crowd say ball, and they get a free kick. And getting the free kick was Hunter Furlan. Kicks it inside 50. It's a foot race, and leading in the race to win the ball is Cooper Brooks. He does well. He can't quite get a decent possession. He had an opponent in pursuit, trying to also round him up in Jacob Every, and they eventually get the footy out. Mark was dropped, but he then has the snap at goal as their inside 50 count starting to mount a bit. A shot at goal misses and through for a behind. Bo Martin. 3-5-23, 3 behinds. Back into play, a cuting ball from Aidan Henderson. But again, it's turned over once more. And another flying shot at goal. And it's through for a behind. 3-6-24 to 3 behinds on the Sports Safe Australia scoreboard. Another one of the helmeted brigade to kick back into play. I think it's a great idea at junior level. I think it should be compulsory. Luca Orr kicks long and high and has a target able to take the mark. That is Ryan Stapleton for Frankston Juniors. Floating ball into the middle of the ground. Big pack forming. No one can take the mark. Squeezing kick comes out of the pack. Cleared at the back, though, by Yarra Juniors again. High ball to half forward. Players go up, they can't take it. Good work to get his boot to ball as he was able to charge off half back and intercept nicely. That was Sam Burgess. His kick, though, was partially smothered for Frankston and then brought down as he got his boot to ball. That'll be a free kick down the ground. Edward Monkhouse, advantage called. Able to get on the end of it was Gian Syracuse. He's off to the races, young Gia. But he wasn't able to finish it off as it comes back. And a lovely use of the footy. Green boots to orange boots. As the great Alan Jeans would say, as long as you can get a kick, son, and this young man can. And it's Max Fraser who's taken the mark. Delivers into the pocket. No mark taken, but then picked up at the crumb. Snap at goal and through. Well played by Isaac El-Sharik, who's done some very clever things so far. He weighted down when the mark wasn't taken in the goal square and he snapped around the body and kicks his team, Yarra Junior, at the southern end of the ground, or Ivanhoe or Eaglemont end of the ground, God's own country, 4-6-30 to 3 behinds. And that's the score on the Sports Safe Australia scoreboard. A couple of changes being made by the Yarra Juniors. Edward Cooper coming on. Ethan Vogdanos also coming on. Knocked down in the middle again. The big boy, Samuel Church, he is a monster in regard to size. It's at half back, though, for them at the moment as they just try and shove it forward. Getting involved with a nice little tap here and there was Chase Bell of Frankston, but they've given away a free kick. Walsh with the hand pass. Kick down the line. Nice mark taken by Nasada. Nasada in front of our commentary position. Also does well to step around opponents. Feeds the hand pass off now to Hudson McGregor. McGregor's kick towards the hot spot. 40 from goal. No mark taken. Trying to get a hand pass out as he was at the front square. There was Vogdanos has just come on. And the ball's still to be won. Good defence shown by Frankston Juniors. They've worked really hard. 30 out from the goal they're defending at the southern end. The umpire says, give it to me, boys. I'll throw it up. Clear it out. I've umpired some junior footy over the years and you just say to them, clear it out. Get moving. You can imagine me umpiring. I would not shut up. In a nice way, of course. It's going to be a free kick and it's going to go the way in the contest to Frankston. And taking that free kick will be Flynn Jonas. He'll head to the broadcast side, launching ball, getting up. Not able to hang on to the mark was Nasada, who's been good so far. It's close to the boundary. Trying to soccer it on was Max Fraser. He wasn't able to. Getting a little hand pass out under the pump despite being tackled for Frankston was Muston. Bosun. And eventually, there'll be a free kick. Which way? It'll go to Frankston. Charlie O'Gorman. O'Gorman, slicing ball down towards half forward in front of the coach's box for Frankston. Mark completed by Cleary. Cleary kicks towards half forward. Mark couldn't be completed there. And again, some good tackling. They get the numbers around the contest. I like their forward hunting pressure. It's been good. A couple of players get involved. The handball was received by Cleary from August. Kick Dawson. And they get a kick inside 50. And the mark taken at left half forward. Cooper Brooks. 45 metres out. He kicks too close to the man on the mark. The kick ricochets. They trail by 27 points. Thanks to Swinburne University of Technology, the major sponsor for this carnival, Interleague Carnival. Last day today on the King's birthday. 40 from goal. Both teams working hard. Chain of hand passes out of defence by Yarra Junior. And now they've got an opportunity with an open forward line. No one inside 50 except for the young man who picks the 40 up on the left and was magnificent the way he threw it on the boot, all in one motion. And that is the man who came on the ground just a couple of minutes ago, Ethan Vogdanos. That is a sensational goal. as there was just open acreage everywhere. He ran onto it, threw it on the boot, and kicked a magnificent goal. Well played. 5-6, 36 to 3 behinds. And that's the score on the Sports Safe Australia scoreboard. Great forward craft by Bogdanos to get to the back of the pack, knowing that everyone had pushed up the ground and the inside 50 forward line was as open as a book for the Yarra Junior Football Club. Both teams striving hard here to win it out of the middle. They can't get it. It's a loose ball to be won now. Yarra Juniors getting a bit more of this, going in hard and then absorbing some pressure as Walsh. He did okay, but then it's holding the ball and free kick. I love their tackling pressure, as I've said a few times for Frankston. Free kick going to Jones. Jones now will put the right foot into it. Kick to half forward. Can't take the mark. A number of players milling around the contest. Just inside attacking 50 at the Yarra River end of the ground. And it'll be tied up for Sports Safe Australia on the scoreboard. Knocked down again. Escaping from the contest. Quick kick by Yarra Junior. Doesn't go very far. Intercept mark taken by Isaac Senstock. Famous name in basketball circles, Larry Senstock. Comes out now wide, but he couldn't take it cleanly. He's Chase Bell in front of the scoreboard, but recovers nicely with some good pirouetting. Kicks down the outer side of the ground towards half forward. They'd love a goal. Spills out the back. In fact, the play was taken high as he got the hand pass out. And they'll have a chance for their first goal, and they deserve it here, Frankston. Played some good footy. They've taken the game on. They've tried to go through the corridor. And the young man with the free kick is the son of a gun, Bo Muston's son. Blacks, the early pick-up in that 2006 national draft for the Hawks. Blacks, Muston has learned how to kick from the old man, straight through the high diddle-diddle, and he kicks the first goal, and that'll give them some confidence. Well done, Frankston Juniors. They've deserved that. They've played some really good footy, taken the game on, as I said. Their forward 50 pressure has been intense. Their defensive 50 pressure has been pretty good, and they haven't had it all their own way. Yarra Juniors undefeated in the competition so far. It's 5-6, 36 to 139 on the Sports Safe Australia scoreboard. 27-point lead. Knocked down in the middle. Working hard to get the footy out. No one can. Walsh does, the big man for Yarra Juniors, but coming the other way as they just get a hand here and there in. Frankston Juniors, they soccer it towards half forward. It'll go close to the boundary. Trying to keep it alive, young Muston does well. Flicks a little hand pass up. Didn't quite find the target. Trying to work his way through and doing okay. There was Burgess. But again, he had it knocked off. Close to the boundary. Nasita down the line again now for the Yarra Junior Football League. And it goes off hands and out of bounds right in front of our commentary position. Gian Siracusa is there. And it'll be a boundary throw-in. Right on the wing. Now we're going to preface this and say I think it's his son. Find out. Loose ball. Working hard. Kicking into bodies, unfortunately for Frankston. Couldn't get a decent beat on that was Ryder Tosioro. And then down the line they go again. Getting some looks inside 50. Over the head though for Yarra Juniors. Not able to control it was Brophy's. Had a bit of it as well. Been a solid contributor across half back for the home team. So it'll be thrown up. It's a 27-point lead. Close to half time. The ruck work completed by Howden in the pink helmet, and he puts it over the boundary. Knocked down again. Loose ball spills out. Again, they have a wall set up, which is what they do at this level by Chase Bell, but he couldn't hit a target. It's turned over. And is there 50 metres? See, Again, I don't like the rule at all, but I'm not sure at junior level you need to bring it in. If you're going to bring it in 15 metres. The standing rule. It's just my big bugbear in footy, or one of many anyway. Picking players at with the greatest respect, not at this level, but at AFL level, they aren't quite good enough. Western Bulldogs did it on Thursday night. It's another one. Anyway, it's the story for another day. Samuel Church kicks to half forward. I'm sure he's a lovely man, but just struggled a bit. But anyway, that standing rule is one I do not like, and I don't think it should be in junior level. Anyway, good plays. They get the hand passes out and a high launching ball from Yarra Juniors. Came from Beau Henry Williams. He kicked it long, and he picks out a player who was able to get some space, McGregor, who also squared it up. Just a bit of lax marking. Been better when the ball's been at ground level for Frankston Juniors, and they've got the numbers back to make it a scrap, but a couple of times they've managed to get some decent passes inside 50 Yarra Juniors and find players all alone and unattended. Left forward pocket. Kicking through the footy. And another goal was registered for the home team. Looking to remain undefeated as we approach half time. And a lovely goal. Kicked by number 65, Edward Cooper. So it's 6-6-42 to 139 on the Sports Safe Australia scoreboard. Couple of minutes remaining in the first half. You can feel the rain coming against. Great for our farmers home Victoria who need the rain after a very unseasonably warm autumn. It's been a pretty cold start to winter though, I'll give you the tip. Out of the middle. And doing really well to receive a hand pass was Nasada, and it came from one of the captains, Welsh. But then there was a good defensive mark for the Frankston team. The pass came out to Howden. Howden gets it on the bounce now, puts his teammate under pressure, who has to try and avoid tackles by swivelling. In Chase Bell has been pretty solid. Back to Howden. Howden tries to pull the trigger. Kick to the middle of the ground. Had it knocked away from the intended target in Orr. High kick, inside 50. Player goes up. He's taken a great mark, has he? Or has he given away a free kick for going up a bit too early? It's the latter. As the rain comes. And I've attracted a crowd, which probably isn't a good thing considering how ugly I am. High kick towards half forward. No one can take the mark. And both teams work hard to try and win it at ground level. Now, Yarra Juniors, they get the kick into the middle of the ground. That has just come all of a sudden. Well, I want to say all of a sudden, it is Melbourne. Nice intercept mark by Bell again for Frankston, who's been a good player. Unable to get a decent kick because he had it smothered was Headley. Turnover again for Yarra Juniors. Inside attacking 50. Again, they scrap for it. Trying to get the hand pass out. Not able to. He nearly could have been called for holding the ball then in Cooper. And once more repelled towards Howden. Frankston Juniors on the wing. Working hard though. Handball at close quarters. Getting his boot to ball despite almost having it smothered. Doing well there was Martin to get it to half forward. Again cleared by Frankston Juniors again, and they produce a magnificent smother. Well played. And the player that produced that smother was Campbell, and then he went after it again and was ready to drive inside 50 as the rain has come, and it is half-time. 33-point lead in the last game of the carnival for Yarra Junior and Frankston Junior in the Division 1 of the under-14s. It's 6-6-42 to 139, a 33-point lead for the Swinburne Institute of Technology, our naming rights. Great to have them looking after us. Great to be here as well, mind you. Having a lovely time. And that is on the Sports Safe Australia scoreboard. We'll take a break and we'll come back with the third quarter shortly.
dental industry for 27 years. I've had my own business for around 20 years, sponsoring and supporting over 60 sporting clubs from footy to rugby to gyms to schools, all types of contact sports. When an athlete comes up to me like a boxer and wants their logo or a special design, I love making it. Their smile on their face when they're wearing the mouthguard in the ring. If it's not a Sportsaver Australia mouthguard, it's not a mouthguard. These are custom made, professionally fitted. You'll get the best comfort, best design, and most importantly, you'll protect your teeth.
This piece of paper fights against hackers, protects our planet, builds new worlds, solves cold cases, turns data into decisions. Get more than a piece of paper. Get a next-gen degree only at Swinburne University of Technology. Swinburne, next gen now.
I've been in the dental industry for 27 years. I've had my own business for around 20 years, sponsoring and supporting over 60 sporting clubs from footy to rugby to gyms to schools, all types of contact sports. When an athlete comes up to me like a boxer and wants their logo or a special design, I love making it. Their smile on their face when they're wearing the mouthguard in the ring. If it's not a Sportsaver Australia mouthguard, it's not a mouthguard. These are custom made, professionally fitted. You'll get the best comfort, best design, and most importantly, you'll protect your teeth.
This piece of paper fights against hackers, protects our planet, builds new worlds, solves cold cases, turns data into decisions. Get more than a piece of paper. Get a next-gen degree only at Swinburne University of Technology. Swinburne, next gen now.
in the dental industry for 27 years. I've had my own business for around 20 years, sponsoring and supporting over 60 sporting clubs, from footy to rugby to gyms to schools, all types of contact sports. When an athlete comes up to me like a boxer and wants their logo, a special design, I love making it. They smile on their face when they're wearing the mouth guard in the ring. If it's not a Sports Saver Australia mouth guard, it's not a mouth guard. These are custom made, professionally fitted. You'll get the best comfort, best design, and most importantly, you'll protect your teeth.
This piece of paper fights against hackers, protects our planet, builds new worlds, solves cold cases, turns data into decisions. Get more than a piece of paper. Get a next-gen degree only at Swinburne University of Technology. Swinburne, next gen now.
I've been in the dental industry for 27 years. I've had my own business for around 20 years, sponsoring and supporting over 60 sporting clubs, from footy.
Welcome back to Ford Park, second half underway here. First of two games. Last day of the Junior Carnival, Yarra Junior Football League. Hosting on Ford Park North. And they lead at half-time by 33 points. And a wet, wet day. A lot of rain at half-time. It's made conditions even tougher as they try and find a way inside 50 Yarra Juniors. Some football names here at the Carnival today, as they have a shot at goal and they miss. Going forward again, Yarra Juniors. Set up out of the middle. Nicely by Benjamin Weikart. Back into play. Out of sight of the ground. Again, a turnover once more. Getting plenty of distance on the kicks. These young boys are only 13, 14 years old. And despite the fact they might have a new ball at halftime, and it's held up inside attacking 50 at the Yarra River end of the ground, where Yarra Juniors are attacking. They lead by 34 points, 43-9. On the Hire Depot scoreboard, thank all our sponsors. And of course the major one, Swinburne University of Technology. Down the outer side of the ground. Floating ball. Working hard. No one can get a clean possession. But again, good hands. Turning in and out of trouble. But once more, they can't finish off their good work. I like the hand pass then from Oliver Headley. Now they have a chance to maybe get things going, Frankston. Maybe one hand pass too many. Take it in a tackle as he tried to receive the hand pass was Cooper Brooks. Now picked up by the young man Nacito, who's been good. He kicked it off the edge of the boot, didn't get enough carry on the kick, taken over the boundary as far as Yarra Junior is concerned. The boundary throw-in at half forward in front of the Frankston Junior coaches box. We've got Division 2 of these two teams coming up next. Knocked down again. Overrunning it. But luckily it didn't get away from him too much was Marcus Scanlon. Doing the ruck work is Church, number 90. Collected, going in the right direction was Henry. And then they get a kick towards the hot spot, 30 from goal. A lot of players, though, milling around the contest. Stays alive, though, for Yarra Junior. They couldn't knock it towards the goal line or get a stoppage initially, but eventually. Good play again by the Frankston Juniors. Big man in the ruck, Howden, in the pink helmet. Now they have a chance, Yarra Junior again. Good numbers around the footy, breaking tackles, left, right and centre. Snap at goal, and that's home. Brilliant goal. Able to beat a couple of tackles. Wriggle their way through contests. And hook a left footer home for another goal for Yarra Juniors. So it's 7-8, 50 to 139, margin 41 points. We're nearly 5 minutes into the third quarter on the Higher Depot scoreboard. Howden didn't even go on the ruck then, didn't favour him at all. Pushing forward, starting to get a bit of the footy. A few players overrunning it. One of them was Every. One of the captains, cleared at the back by Frankston again towards the wing. Good use to push his opponent under the footy then was Cooper Brooks, but he couldn't win it. Coming back the other way, starting to get a lot of run. And players everywhere getting involved. Edward Cooper, who's been pretty good, gets it towards half forward, trying to get control of it. Their ball handling excellent once they get a hold of it, these young men, but then good tackling late. Means it's a free kick to the Frankston team. Howden might follow him at half back. Looks to dish off a hand pass that's knocked down to Bremner, another famous name in footy. Ian Bremner played 2 premierships of the Hawks in 71 and 76 after one game at Collingwood, and the Pies cut him. Kicking inside 50. No mark taken. Frankston Junior is again having to defend stoutly at the back. They can't get the run going. Some of their run in the first half was pretty good. 7-8, 50 to 139. High Depot scoreboard. 41-point lead early in the third quarter. Boundary throw-in on the outer side. Howden wins it down again for Frankston. A lot of players around the contest. It's become a real slogfest in these difficult conditions. Most of the rain occurred at half-time, a little bit just before half-time. The outlet hand pass to Howden, who tumbles it on the boot for Frankston to the outer wing. But again, players get behind the footy, and Monkhouse, who's been okay, is able to hook it away and out of potential danger as the ball was on the wing on the outer side. So 41-point lead. Just over 11 minutes remaining in the third term. It's last day of the carnival here at Ford Park. The headquarters for the biggest junior football competition in Melbourne, the Yarra Junior Football League. Some big, big teams. Ashwood Redbacks, one of them. Kew Comets, another. Against St Mary's in Greensborough that have provided a lot of ex-AFL players over the years in Dan Harford, Blake Carasella. Matthew Cruiser is another as well. Cleared at the back by Brophy of the Frankston team, but then taking them on with a big run through the middle of the ground is Martin, but he couldn't get decent possession, but he did take them on. It's approaching attacking 50, going inside 50 for one of the first times this quarter. Again, a good tackle laid, well done by Jones to try and keep it in the vicinity for Frankston Juniors. And clearing kicks by the Yarra Junior team, and they form a wall. Mark was dropped, you'd expect that in these difficult conditions, by Burgess, and he tried to dish a hand pass off. They didn't find the target, and it's out of bounds. Attacking side of the wing at half forward. It'll be thrown back into play, 7-8-50 to 139. $41-point lead. Higher Depot scoreboard for the University of Swinburne. One of the great universities. Howden, who's been very, very good, gets the footy, slings it quickly as he had opponents bearing down. Kick into the middle of the ground again. They just overrun it. Players from both teams. But gee, it's a good contest, isn't it? They're having a lovely time out there, as young men do in the rain. Robbie McNeil is unable to get the possession he wanted, but holds it up for Yarra Juniors. Tap down again. Good play. Tom Walsh just flicked it on once more. Loose ball now. Now they're on the run. One of their better movers is Every. One of the co-captains, 3 in this team today. Got involved in a chain of hand passing towards half forward. A couple of players leave it behind for Frankston. Now a chance for a shot at goal. And missing to the left-hand side. Just not able to get the curl on it. But he does like a goal. Kicked a great goal into an open forward line in that second quarter. Bogdanos back into play now. 51-9, 42-point lead. Just finding it hard to score and also finding it hard to get it inside 50. The Frankston Juniors. Travis Johnson, their runner. Number 1 draft pick, 97 national draft from their very strong Stingrays team, which probably should have won the flag. They had Chris Massey played at Carlton, a high draft pick. Trent Crowd at Hawthorn, a high draft pick. Craig Black, who eventually coached him to that flag in 2018. But the problem was Adam Goods was playing for North Ballarat and kicked 8. Tapped down again. Through the middle of the ground and getting a couple of possessions in this exchange is Every. Does well. Kicks deep into the attacking 50 for Yarra Juniors. Spills to the back of the pack and they go into an open goal. And then there is the handstand done. His old man played with the man who did the handstand. Ian Syracuse, he's kicked a goal as he got out the back of the pack and they finished nicely again. Got it in deep. And again, Every doing a lot of the hard work. What he's doing is he's taking the game on. Giving a hand pass, receiving a hand pass, and he's running on top of the ground, right in front of our commentary position here. And the lead, 48 points. Big lead now for the home team. In this third quarter, Higher Depot scoreboard. Knocked down again. He's been really good in the ruck. Definitely his team's best player, Howden. Tapped it down and then got a kick in, but it's intercepted at half-back by Yarra Juniors. They will kick it down the line. Looking for someone to mark. No one can. Spills to the back of the pack. Overrunning it. He was after it. Trying to get there was Gian Syracuse again. He couldn't get there. Loose ball. Comes out once more. On the pounce. They've got men everywhere in front of our commentary position. Mashed in. Does well to get it to half forward. Then good hand pass. Came out from Vangdados towards the goal square. Again, just one handball too many and just a touch of the fumbles. The pressure was there and then it's held up as the player was shoved in the back and will come out with a free kick. Bogdanos has been very, very good. Kick the goal, help set up another. Chance to kick his second. Increase his team's lead to 9 goals. In fact, the free kick has gone to Isaac Al-Sharik in the end. And he's able to thread it through for another one. So they keep increasing their lead, which has become a massive one now. (9-9) 63 to 139. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the third term. We've got the second division game coming up after this for Swinburne Institute. Free kick. Howden, been probably his team's best from the ruck contest. Kicks to half forward, off hands. Kick inside 50 for Frankston Juniors. Loose ball. Opportunity to be picked up. Not able to do it, those Muston. And cleared out of defence again. Yeah, good hands. They do well here. They've slung it around nicely and cleverly, certainly in this third quarter, Yarra Juniors, as their talent and height have got on top. As they bring it around the outer side of the ground unimpeded towards half forward. The lead 54 points. A lot of players mill around the contest. Spills out the back again. Trying to stem the tide, the Frankston team, but the turnovers are occurring as they just can't quite hit a target with the handballs. Again, they just keep going with their handballs themselves. Kick towards the goal square by Yarra Juniors. 2 or 3 that the chain wasn't broken. And then they have a Stanford goal, but the defence was pretty watertight right on the last line. Back into play. The mark was taken by Burgess, but they have to go back and kick it again. They were heading the outer side. The rain not as heavy as it was at half time, but mizzling around, as the great Jim Maxwell would say. Doyen of cricket commentators. Good kick, had the carry. And they've got it on the wing on the outer side, Frankston. Looking to switch. Kick to half forward. The target, making a good contest, is O'Gorman. But he wasn't able to reel in the mark. Loose ball at half forward. Socket forward again. Good play. Pouncing on it, D'Angelo. Can't quite pick it up. Had a fair way to bend down and get it. Knocked away again. Opportunity. Little kick towards centre half forward. Both teams working hard to tap on again. Howden was waiting there maybe for an opportunity to get out to him. It doesn't. Comes towards Yarra Juniors. Picked up by the big man there in Tom Walsh. Does well to get a hurry kick. Scrubbers it into the middle of the ground. Ball still to be won. Good use. At close quarters by hand. Dishing off a hand pass out wide. Taken by Walsh. Walsh will kick his team inside 50. At the bootlaces of a number of players. Again, a snap at goal to an open forward line. But getting back. Good defence by Frankston. And they managed to clear it. And good clearance. Nice mark on his chest to young Oliver Headley. Headley kicks to the wing. Looking for his teammate to try and take the mark with 2 opponents around him. Brooks couldn't take it. Picked up at the back and throwing it on the boot for Yarra Juniors. Getting his boot to ball and not quite finding a target as Mashton again. And it will be a free kick to go to Frankston, who again doing a pretty good job to try and at least make sure the score doesn't balloon out too much. They've not scored this quarter though. They're 54 points in arrears on the high depot scoreboard. Kick towards the half forward line on the outer side. Loose ball spills out the back now. They've got a chance to run onto it and try and set something up. This is young Muston. His kick wasn't great. Maybe he could have just booted it towards Howden, the tallest man out there as far as Frankston's concerned. He tried a little cute kick inside. The old man wouldn't be impressed by that. And a free kick as they kick up the ground. And they hit targets again. Max Fraser. Good one, Max. They go wide once more to the half-forward line. Trying to change angles. Good tackling, though, by Frankston. They impede the disposal. But again, they just seem to have numbers around the contest. But a good mark at the back by Brophy, and a kick out wide now to Headley. Headley's at half-back. Picked that up magnificently from his bootlaces. Kicks towards half-forward. No one can take the mark. Standing in the road there was Nasada, looking to try and clear it for Yarra Junior. And then a good tackle laid. And there's going to be a free kick to go the way of Frankston. 139, 99-63. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The High Depot scoreboard. Kick on the half volley. Wasn't vacuumed up cleanly by Tesserero. And then a good contest occurring as his teammate got involved in Shea Cleary to ensure that Yarra Junior couldn't get advantage of it. In the ruck, another one of the tall boys. We've got a few of these Yarra Juniors. One down by Martin. Comes out wide now. Picked up by Walsh, who is able to shake a couple of would-be tackles. Kicks deep into the forward line. He's such a big unit, Tom Walsh. He just hooked it around the body. And again, the will-o'-the-wisp half forward. Bogdanos takes the mark. This for their 10th goal, and to increase the lead to 10 goals. Right on three-quarter time. Just over a minute remaining. On the High Depot scoreboard. His kick. Does it hold the line? No, well, it probably did hold the line, to be honest. It was heading right, narrowly right. So it's 9-10-64, 139. Yarra Juniors in front by 55 points. The kick back into play was a good one. Spotted up a target. Tesserero looks to go for the 45. Mark not taken. Good play, though, when the ball hit the ground. Despite being outnumbered, to ensure that he makes a contest there as D'Angelo's been okay for Frankston as well. He was probably outnumbered 1-2 on that occasion and did a good job to ensure that they didn't get away. Thrown up again. Half forward. Knocked down Martin. Loose ball to be won. Trying to push their way through. Under immense pressure, but doing an okay job as Burgess. He's been okay for Frankston as well. Spills out the back now to Muston. Muston kicks now in the direction of his teammate Howden, who takes the mark. We know he's a big boy, and he just had to be in the right spot, drop zone wise, to take the mark, and he read it best, outmanoeuvring his slightly smaller opponent for a very good contested mark, 30 from goal. And right on three-quarter time, he deserves this. He's been arguably his team's best player today. The boy in the pink helmet to try and kick their second goal, and he's off target to the southern end behind. 1-4-10, first score of the third quarter for Frankston, right on the three-quarter time siren. Yarra Junior Football League in this under-14 Division 1 clash, 9-10-64. They lead by 54 points for the Swinburne Institute as the young men of both sides come out and have a bit of a warm-up for the under-14 Division 2 clash as we get ready for that game after this. But we'll take a break on the High Depot scoreboard, a 54-point lead, and be back with the last quarter on the scoreboard to be sponsored in the last term. One of the great sponsors for many years of the Yarra Junior Football League, Hare House.
been in the dental industry for 27 years. I've had my own business for around 20 years, sponsoring and supporting over 60 sporting clubs, from footy to rugby to gyms to schools, all types of contact sports. When an athlete comes up to me like a boxer and wants their logo or a special design, I love making it. They smile on their face when they're wearing the mouthguard in the ring. If it's not a Sportsaver Australia mouthguard, it's not a mouthguard. These are custom made, professionally fitted. You'll get the best comfort, best design, and most importantly, you'll protect your teeth.
This piece of paper fights against hackers, protects our planet, builds new worlds, solves cold cases, turns data into decisions. Get more than a piece of paper. Get a next-gen degree only at Swinburne University of Technology. Swinburne, next gen now.
I've been in the dental industry for 27 years. I've had my own business for around 20 years, sponsoring and supporting over 60 sporting clubs, from footy to rugby to gyms to schools, all types of contact sports. When an athlete comes up to me like a boxer and wants their logo or a special design, I love making it. They smile on their face when they're wearing the mouthguard in the ring. If it's not a Sportsaver Australia mouthguard, it's not a mouthguard. These are custom made, professionally fitted. You'll get the best comfort, best design, and most importantly, you'll protect your teeth.
This piece of paper fights against hackers, protects our planet, builds new worlds, solves cold cases, turns data into decisions. Get more than a piece of paper. Get a next-gen degree only at Swinburne University of Technology. Swinburne, next gen now.
Way through or attempting to is Eva. He's been one of the stars for his team today, and it goes through for another behind for Yarra Juniors. 9-11, 65 to 1-4-10, 55-point lead on the Hare House scoreboard for the last quarter, and it's as clear as it's been all day, despite the fact it is as wet as a shag underfoot. Right, let's see what happens here. Back into play. Low and flat. Nice kick. That's what you do. And taking the mark his rider Tesserero. He's been pretty good too. Kicks to the wing. His teammates at the drop. Not able to get hold of it. Working hard. Ball comes out to Tesserero again. He just floats it on the boot. Howden, who's been pretty good. He's back in the ruck after spending some time up forward in the third quarter. The big boy was gassed a bit, but he's been really, really good. He tried to get that hand pass up on the up. His teammate was taken in a tackle and will take a free kick. Shea Cleary. Halfback flank out of side. He'll go wide. So wide that it doesn't find the target. It's out of bounds. So boundary thrower, 9-11-65 to 1-4-10. We are a couple of minutes into the last quarter in this second division encounter. First division coming up next. And it'll be thrown back into play. They work hard. Can't get hold of the footy. Goes backwards. And again, it'll be thrown back in. 65 playing 10 on the Hare House scoreboard. Very well known business around this part of the world. Northland have got a big shop just inside their doors. Shout out to the people of Northland after a tough time a few weeks ago, but people in this country are resilient. They get back on their feet and get themselves moving again in a tough environment, a tough climate. And it's tough out there too for the young men, for Yarra Juniors and Frankston. They kick inside 50. Almost an intercept mark completed, but it bounced off his chest there of Charlie Windus, famous name in the Mornington Peninsula as well. And it'll go out of bounds just near the cricket nets on that outer side where the West Ivanhoe cricket team spends some time. Belfield cricket team spends some time down here. West Ivanhoe probably more up the road at Belmont Street. The Roosters got a good junior program in footy as well. But I think after about the under-14s, they all eventually send their way to Ivanhoe. Anthony Koutafidis has been coaching there, one of the Yarra Junior teams. Ball bobbles around without really a lot of disposals. Frankston Juniors have got it in the middle of the ground before the tide is stemmed. Walsh couldn't quite receive the hand pass, the big man for Yarra Juniors. Taken at the back and hooked around the body. Nice, clever little kick. Came from the boot of Brooks. Another one of the players who's tried really hard today. Kick comes out of halfback from Yarra Junior. Trying to take a mark, running with the flight. It would have been an outstanding effort to mark it. Was Edward Cooper. He nearly got it, finger-tippering it, but it got away from him. A throw-up. Front of our commentary position right on the wing. Howden doing the ruck work. Gets beaten by Church, but taken defensively at the stoppage for the Frankston team by Demaria. And then they get back inside 50 again. Looking to try and see if they can monopolise the inside 50 entries. Shallow initially and then try and get it as deep as they can to the Yarra River end. They've kicked just one goal so far. 1-4-10 to 9-11-65 and one behind since half-time, but they've still put up a great show. Now Nasita gets his team moving with a chain of hand passes. This is Yarra Juniors, attacking side of the wing. Kick to half forward, not great. Didn't quite find the target. Both teams under pressure. Picked up at the back again. Well played to get the kick inside 50, Avery. And then it's hacked out of mid-air. Oh, is that a goal? That is an outstanding goal. He loves it, doesn't he? He loves these celebrations. Gian Siracusa, he's learned it from the old man. He just flung the boot out a bit like Nat Caddy last night. He didn't score the goal, but he set it up. And that little piece of soccer magic by Josh Rochelle in the AFL last week for the in-form and rampaging Adelaide Crows. What a piece of play that was by young Gian Siracusa. And Daniel, we know, is a great player. Didn't used to celebrate like that. But obviously young Otis likes to do it. 10-11-71, 1-4-10. Hare House scoreboard. 61-point lead early in the last quarter. Swinburne Institute of Technology, our major sponsor. Tap down again in the middle. Trying to win it and doing okay. But then his hand pass is straight into traffic from Sam Burgess of Frankston. Picked up now. They've got men everywhere ready to run onto it. Edward Cooper. Kick back inside 50. Through hands again. Where's Gian Siracusa? He doesn't need to be there. It's Hacked through for a behind by a teammate who got at the back of the pack and got on goal side, which the young players will learn. You've got to get on goal side when you're in defence. And that again was Every. Has been close to BOG. They nearly turn it over at centre half forward. They do now, Yarra Juniors. El Farouk gets the hand pass out. Nasida a hand pass over the top. Taken now. They just keep those hands moving. This is good work again. They're playing in sync and playing well, but then one hand pass too many, which you can do at the junior levels, the razzle-dazzle. Can get you a bit. You watch your heroes play and then you don't realise the pressure's there. But that's okay. They'll learn as they go along. Kick into play from the free kick. And a good mark completed by Sam Burgess, has been one of his team's best, along with Howden, for Frankston Juniors today. Ball's tapped down. He follows it up again, Burgess. Very famous rugby league name, Sam Burgess. High kick, inside 50, lobbing ball. No mark taken. Spills to the back of the pack. Open goal. Frankston kicked their second. Well done. They kept their feet. They had men ready to go when the ball hit the ground. And they get into an open goal and they get their second goal. To say that was deserved is the understatement of the century. 2-4-16 on the Hare House scoreboard. To 10-12-72, margin 56 points. And that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's called chaos ball, good dirty ball. We're taught you just get it in and you make a contest and you hope that the little players are there, and they were, and they raced onto it, and that was as good a piece of players we've seen all day from both teams, trying to work their way in and out of tackles, and doing a good job there was Bo Henry Williams. They push it forward inside 50, but again the defence stands firm, and they've had some good players who've done well last line of defence, and this young man is Lachlan Bremner. Like the namesake, I don't know whether he's related to Ian Bremner, but like the namesake Ian Bremner, very solid, very steadfast in defence. Tough as nails he was. Played in that 71 grand final for the Hawks when, as I've said many times, Howden now has the footy for Frankston. David Parkin said in the first half, no one touched the footy. It was that brutal, that fierce. He also played in 1976 and in the 75 grand final when North Melbourne thrashed them. Bowden Jaworski from North Adelaide was on one half-back flank, and the great Peter Knights, who was probably Hawthorn's best player in a forlorn cause that day, played at centre half-back. But Ian Bremner, he was hard as a cat's head, and at 78 years old now still looks as fit as a trout, if trouts are fit. Ball's on the outside now for the Yarra Junior Footy League, kicking towards half forward. No mark taken at the slip. They try and clear now. They get some run going. Bremner is involved again. Sometimes the handballing, the chain of handballing from Frankston has been really, really good, and they can take a lot out of this. High kick inside 50. They're obviously not going to win the game. They're too far down the last quarter. 56 points, a good deep entry, and then an interception for another shot at goal as they tried to clear by hand. Yarra Junior, they couldn't. They had it chopped away, and they get their second goal in a couple of minutes. August kicked Dawson, I believe, was the player that intercepted that, snapped around his body, and that is reward for effort. Getting some deep entries late, putting a bit of pressure on the defence, making them second guess, and that's what footy's all about. 10-12-72 to 3-4-22 on the Hare House scoreboard. In this second division contest, first division still to come, and they might get the better of the weather, despite the fact that it's been okay, bar probably 5 minutes before half-time, and it absolutely persistently came down at half-time as Howden wins it down again for Frankston Juniors. Getting a hurry kick through traffic. It was partially smothered from the boot of Tesoriero, another one I've been impressed with today for Frankston, but again they have the numbers at the back, able to clear once more. Every towards the wing was the player that was intended for his opposite number 22. Burgess chips in, kicks the half forward, and then Frankston Juniors try and step around an opponent. It looked like he was going to, but he wasn't able to in the end, and he got brought down at a tackle, and that's young Blacks Muston. He'll learn from that, the young man. Kick towards half forward. They've got players everywhere, but again another turnover. Bursting his way through, shaking off would-be tackles as Cooper Brooks went one too many. And again, they get a kick through traffic. Yarra Juniors, they're off to the races once more, looking to steady. Kick it low and flat towards full forward. Not able to get there. Here's Henry Williams. Now he arrives. Can't get a decent possession for Yarra Juniors. Trying to clear it close to the boundary. Taking in the tackles, Lachlan Bremner again. Skids a kick, but only as far as the young man who shoots at goal in Henry Williams. Off the edge of the boot. Off balance a bit from outside the goal square, and he misses for a behind at the southern end. 10-13, 73, 3-4-22. Harehouse scoreboard, 51-point margin. Into the last quarter, deep into it now. Back into play. Kick towards the half-back line. Bouncing ball. No mark taken. Howden couldn't lay the tackle. Trying to burst his way through. Gee, he went way too long. I thought Walsh, but his teammate picks it up. And he's not happy with himself as he kicked it a little bit too hard. And that player that did kick it a bit too hard was Carlos Mahin. And it's out of bounds on the full. He just got tagged very, very late, the young man. And it will be kicked back into play by Shea Cleary in the last line of defence. Howden gives him a lead. He's had a very good game, Howden. We've mentioned one of his team's best in this second division fixture. Kicks the half-back line. Attacking it hard again is Walsh for Yarra Juniors. Gets it down now towards probably the best man on the ground, the captain, who is at the fall, sharking Every, and he misses again. So they've certainly peppered the goals. 10-15, 75 to 3-4-22. Harehouse scoreboard. Inbounded by Jordan Fountain of Frankston Juniors to the half-back flank. Bremner straight down the middle of the ground. Gee, that is biting off more than you can chew, but he was able to chew. Stapleton takes the mark. Kicks inside 50. Bouncing ball. No one can take the mark. It's at ground level. Both teams fighting hard to try and win the footy. Handball comes out. Player was shoved in the back. Or was it a throw? It's the latter. Just as Nasada had received it, he was away. Good centering ball. Mark not quite taken by Frankston Juniors. Looking to get their third goal of the quarter. And now they run out of defence with their chain of hand passes. Skidding ball. Good work there by Gene Syracuse. He pops a little pass forward towards half forward. It's knocked on. They've got the numbers able to get on the end of it. Taken on this occasion by Henry Williams. Gets the hand pass out. And then there's a shot at goal. And once more, they look tired, the boys. They're just spraying shots everywhere, Yarra Junior. But they've got the game won. And they've had the game won for a long, long time. And missing then was Max Barker. Here's Shea Cleary. He will favour Big Howden. It wasn't a great kick, but Howden was in front. The biggest Frankston player out there takes it comfortably at half-back. Lays off the kick. Good kick to Burgess, but he drops the mark. Feeds a hand pass at close quarters. Gets the old one too. And then combines with his teammate again. That happens to be Senstock. Famous name in basketball, as I mentioned earlier. Gets the hand pass out wide to Tesseroro. I've liked his game. And then another little pass towards Brooks, who's also tried hard. Back to Burgess. Close to his team's best. And then on the half volley. But a little bit slow to get his boot to ball. Campbell had it smothered on the ricochet. And then they have a flying shot at goal and miss to the left-hand side. 3-5-23, 10-15, 75. Harehouse scoreboard. Closing stages of this match, and we get ready for the first division encounter between these two teams. Yarra undefeated. Frankston, I'd love to end it with a win. Back into play. Back pocket out of side now. Lights are on, but it's cleared up a bit, light-wise. As again, they use the hands nicely and the running ability they've got. Towards half forward. Kick had too much on it for Henry Williams. Runs back on it again. Gene Syracuse are involved once more. Kicks beautifully into the pocket. And they're able to get players sagging off. Hudson McGregor got into a good position and marks in the left forward pocket. Sorry, Hudson last night goes so well for Carlton. I'm very impressed with him. 53-point lead. 52-point lead. But one disappointment is they've sprayed a lot of shots. High kick towards the teeth of goal. Off hands, through for another behind. Looking more to lay it up in the teeth of goal then. McGregor. 10-16-76, 3-5-23 Harehouse scoreboard for the Swinburne Institute. Back into play. He kicked it very close to his opponent, Cleary, but he finds a target. And the mark is completed by D'Angelo. Another great try for Frankston. Spills out the back of the pack. Running onto it. Kick inside 50. It's an open forward line. It's bouncing, it's bouncing, it's bouncing. Going end on end. It's 3-on-1 against the Yarra Juniors. Gets the hand pass out. A grubby kick towards goal was missed on that occasion. It could have been another goal. And he didn't quite connect, unfortunately. In Senstock, and it rolled along the ground, and they were able to get back and usher it through for a behind, Yarra Juniors. Nearly an interception by O'Gorman, and it's out of bounds at half back. So it's 10-16-76 to 3-6-24. Margin 52 points. Boundary throw in again. Howden did well, extricating himself from the contest. The man has been BOG today, been everywhere, Jacob Every, lucky start. And then Henry Williams is there as well. He runs away from his opponent. This is brilliant from Henry Williams. 2 bounces, the third one didn't come back. Will he be run down or score? No, great desperation by Frankston Juniors to just get involved at the end and make it tough for young Henry Williams to get that bounce to come back to him. And they're able to usher him through. They're all over him like a cheap suit. They put him through for a behind, Flynn Jones, and 3-6-24 to 10-16-76. Kick back into play. Frankston Juniors go in the middle of the ground. They go for the 45. Caden D'Angelo's hand pass, offloading it a little bit too quickly. Yarra Junior a chance again. Player was, either shoved in the back or mown down from behind. It was holding the ball. It was one or the other, but the umpire let it go. And it eventually... kicker scrub it out of bounds on the outer wing. Just over a minute remaining. Harehouse scoreboard. 10-17-77 to 3-6-24. Margin 53 points. Boundary throw in. Howden does well to knock it down. And now they have a chance to have a shot at goal. And that is outstanding. Great goal. They got on the right side of the stoppage. They've kicked 3 goals in this last quarter, while their opponents have just peppered the goals constantly and missed. And this has been a really good finish. And this is more like, in regard to what Frankston have produced today, starting to put it together on the scoreboard. They've been really good. And that was just a lovely piece of ruck work. Told where to stand at the stoppage, stand on goal side, and they did, and they finish it off. 4-6-30 to 10-17-77, Harehouse scoreboard. Just over a minute left. Conditions continue to clear. Howden knocks it down, but collected and swung around the body by Mayhin, who's had a good day for Yarra Juniors, but repelled at the back again, trying to clear it as Bremner. Again, like the namesake, as the siren sounds to end a really good game of footy. Well played both teams. Well played Frankston. Didn't get a win, but they scored the 3 goals in the last quarter that they thoroughly deserved. 4-6-30 to 10-17-77. The margin 47 points. And well done to Yarra Juniors. They remain undefeated. And now we get ready, of course, for the second game, which is the first division between these two teams, Yarra Juniors and Frankston Juniors. Of course, thanks to the Swinburne Institute, our major sponsor. We'll be back with that very shortly here at Ford Park North.